Peace, brothers and sisters. I'm sure I'm in this is a very short video. I watched the movie / documentary about Fred Hamilton, a young man that died at 21 years old. The movie was basically called Judas and the Black Messiah. Now you see how you allow Hollywood to represent black people? You let them basically make a movie who they destroyed the person. Peep the game. Hollywood only gonna tell you what they want. They're not gonna tell you about other great people who they have not destroyed. Peep the game. They could make movies about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Malcolm X, not really. Yeah, black film directors and writers like Spike Lee who did that, but white folks ain't gonna tap into that. They're not gonna tap into that. But you notice, because they had a hands-on-hand with Martin Luther King, hands-on-hand with Harriet Tubman. But they really didn't make a movie about Harriet Tubman either. Peep the game. Peep the game. Because they didn't really have their hands on hands the way they thought they did. But the people who they, almost like if they assassinate these people, Fred Hamilton, W.D. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was taken down by what? Income tax evasion? My point is this. How do they infiltrate all these people so easily? We can go way back in time. 325 AD, at the Council of Nicaea, when the so-called the first Roman emperor, Constantine, between 325 and 327, give or take, when there was a man called Ares. Ares was a black man who was trying to tell the Egyptians that you was worshiping an idol, an image, not a god. For 200 years, the Egyptians was worshiping a false image because they were forced into doing that by conquerors. Egypt been conquered, been battling for centuries. But not to get too deep into the story, the whole concept is about how black people always have somehow been part of a shakedown, or been participating in destruction, helping others to destroy. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and a lot of you are going to get your feelings hurt. This is why I keep telling a lot of you, you don't know who your tribe is, and even then, that's dangerous, because people in your tribe will betray you for many different reasons. People who's absolutely close to you will betray you. I said this a long time ago, though. Even before the movie out. I said it years ago. If you look at some of my old videos, I said we're not from the same tribe. We keep saying unite. History told you we never was united. None of the tribes were united like that. None of the tribes were united. Because if the tribes were really united, don't you know, on the continent of Africa, and I believe it's either 52 or 54 states in Africa. That's just states. We ain't even talking about the indigenous peoples who lives in Africa who don't believe in nothing on the modern world. Imagine if all of them got together. Don't you think they could battle the Arabs and push them out of there? Push them out. And any other groups like the Greeks, the Romans, France, all these fucking different these different people came in there to raid and have raid. But look how they did it. Like in the 80s, in 1804, it was 1804, 1803. The French was in Hades. They used other blacks to infiltrate because they couldn't beat the Haitians. The Spaniards couldn't beat the Haitians. None of them. But they never stopped because they wanted that. They wanted the resources. They used other blacks to do it. Well, Malcolm X was infiltrated. Other blacks to do it. The Nation of Islam, they had spies, agents, all up in the nation, probably even to this day. Marcus Garvey, how do you think they got him in income tax evasion? They had a black spy. It's nothing new, brothers and sisters. And I know you like, we get to the point like, yeah, I can't trust them. Really, nobody trusts really nobody. You better get this to your fucking skull. Your brother, your sister can betray you. Because if their family is being threatened, what you think they're going to do? There's not too many people who's going to die and sacrifice themselves. Trust and believe that. You can count that bitch in probably 3 fingers. So when you watch, if you watch the movie Judah and the Black Messiah, it's basically talking about Fred Hampton. The boy was only 21 years old. He was assassinated. But if you're really watching the movie, that's let you know how white people feel. They talk about the survival of their species. White folks only been on this planet for like 6,000 years. Give or take. This is why they act the way they act. They're not stupid enough to go to Africa and do all that crazy shit. Nah, they try to slowly creep up on. You understand? They're not gonna go up in Africa. If white folks wanted to really try to go to Africa, they know they can get slaughtered. They're not stupid. They just can't go up in there and go, yeah, we taking over. Of all the nations get together, we like a fucking locust. There's nothing you could do about it. But because they conquer and divide by constantly keeping the division of telling each of them about the other tribe, beat the game. Then you got what? China talking about, yeah, we're gonna get you out of your debt. How you gonna get us out of debt if we got more gold than all you motherfuckers? If we got more gold, we don't need your fucking money. So they can tell you what you want, but you don't know the true political thing was going on. Just like here, the black people here in America. They're divided in all these divisions of different religious belief systems. Why? Why is always got to be all these different belief systems? And all you have to do is go back and find out what your origin is. Go back and find out what you come from. The same DNA test they say you're not the father. A lot of you fucking agree with that shit. The same DNA test they say, oh, you wasn't at the crime because your DNA wasn't there. Or you didn't rape that female. That same DNA test they can swab in your mouth. The same DNA. You trying to tell me you don't want to know who the fuck you is? Tell me, oh, the government is going to keep that. Really? The government been at your blood type. How many times you been to the hospital? Huh? How many times you took blood? You had to take your blood. You forgot about your mama? When you was inside the mama's womb? Do they really need you? When your mother was pregnant? If you got to the point you got so sick that she really had to take you to the hospital, or your ass was gonna die. Peep the game. The whole moral of this fucking message is this here. Keep your circle tight. Always challenge the people around you. Always. Always, because you gotta know where the fuck they at. Okay? And when you at work, Don't really collaborate with two. I mean, you could talk, say whatever you want, but when you're at your job, if you're at your religious beliefs, don't try to make too many friends there, man. And matter of fact, keep them all as associates, because that's all they are, associates. They're no more, no less. Because you know why? These are the same people. They want your position, right? They want to try to take your job, and they want to fuck the money you got, but they're not ready to pay the price for that. Understand, every black person will have your best interests. And stop keeping your eyes on white folks. Keep one eye on one of them. You understand? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. A lot of you go through it on a daily basis. Why does black people give you the hardest time? And it's open. Go on YouTube. Go on into the internet. Black people destroy each other. They don't have not a better fucking moral of it. They don't give a shit. I'm gonna destroy this motherfucker. So I wanted to believe this video with you. Watch the movie Judah and the Black Messiah. Don't just watch it how a black person turn on each other. No, watch the whole thing and understand how these people talking about we gotta preserve our species. Listen to the words. Listen how a person get themselves jammed up into a position. They got their back against the wall. They ain't trying to do no jail time. Motherfuckers sell you out for all kind of shit. Watch the movie and study that shit. Because you got the motherfuckers around you. I'm sure I'm in wrong. That's why I don't join no groups. I ain't into that. Motherfucker try to tell me how to eat, sleep, and shit. No, my group is deeper than that. I come from a bloodline. 6 to 7 million strong bloodline descendant. Peep the motherfucking game, bruh. Peep the game. A 6 to 8 million bloodline descendant strong. Peace out.